Stop right now because you are using the wrong darts.
A bit aggressive, weren't it?
Somebody at home is watching this now. They've just spent their hard-earned money on a brand new shiny set of darts. They've got them out of the packet. I guarantee they're the wrong ones.
Do you know why people get the wrong darts? Because what they do is they focus on where they're landing, not how they're landing or how they're flying. People tend to concentrate on, am I hitting treble 20s? I get a new set of darts out the pack. Oh, these are the ones I'm hitting treble 20s.
Yeah.
But if they're flying wrong, eventually you're going to lose the control, those treble 20s dry up, and then all you've got left is something that feels a little bit awkward.
Are they coming out of your hand right? Are they flying correctly? Are they landing correctly? What's going to help them?
So we've got some drills and some routines which we can show you that you can have a little look at. The first one, we're going to have a look at grip.
Too grippy, it's going to be staying in your hand too long, it's going to go low in the board. Not enough grip, could slip out your hand and go very high, or even sometimes kind of slap against the board and not go in at all.
I've got a little method that could help people.
Oh, let's have a look.
So what I've done, Andy, I've got a little bit of paper. I've just carved out a bit of a triangle.
Oh, I like that.
And I've just got some nice little pinpoints here. Treble, I've highlighted that so I know where it is, so I know the line I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But all I'm looking at here, I'm not trying to hit treble 20s, I've blocked all that out. All I want to know is, am I throwing my darts high or am I low? And I'm going to be aiming just purely at that square, and then you'll get a good heat map over 5 minutes. Am I high or am I low?
Love this. This is a cheap way of doing it, isn't it, Matt?
You
Piece
love
of paper. I do, yeah. Happy days. Yeah, great idea, that.
If you've got a nice even split, grip's not the problem.
Exactly.
It could be something else.
So let's talk about the second important thing, Matt. Over to you.
Ideal scenario, you've got a tripod.
Okay.
I mean, someone can hold it for you, you know, and video. Everyone's got a phone these days. The phones have got videos on. We need to look at the arc of the dart. Now, to look at the arc of the dart, there are a couple of angles that can really give us the best sort of information. And we're looking for that nice, clean fly through the air.
Yes.
Remember, darts isn't like shooting a bullet out of a gun. So I'm going to go flat.
No.
I'm going to get an arc.
Yes.
Now, when it's going on its journey, I want minimal deviation of the point. I don't want it down and then up. I want it to go arc it, not to triangle and then drop back in again. Control the angle of entry is important. And also understanding your dart's behaviour. Because if you've got an angle of entry, like dart 1, where it's going to be sticking up, the last thing you want to be doing is dropping darts low underneath the treble, because that's going to act as a blocker rather than if you can get it above the wire, where it's going to act a little bit like a basketball hoop does, where you're going to be able to bounce and deflect them into the treble 20.
Yeah, and this is where it's important to experiment. So we've talked about the dart and the arc and everything else, but experiment with the stem and flight. It'll do different things. You know, there's lots of different lengths of stem now. There's lots and different shapes of flight. There's different thicknesses of flight. They'll all do small things. Trust me, using a long stem with a slim flight and then use an extra short stem with a standard flight, your dart's going to do different things. Thankfully, this is the cheapest part of your equipment that you can mess about with. So again, trying to find that right setup, it might not be the one that's just come in the box. You might need to experiment.
We've got videos on that as well, with a little bit more detail in regards to those things as well. So, but consistent angle of entry is important. Yes. Also, look at what the flight is doing. Is the flight facing you, or are we getting this little bit of a kick?
Yeah, exactly. That's something else that we can look at as well. And certainly when I put slim flights in my dart, it starts doing this. Doesn't do it for you. Hopefully that's explained a little bit why the darts you've just bought probably aren't right for you. It's not as easy as that, Matt, is it?
And when you're looking at if they're the right darts for you, forget about if they're in the treble 20 or not. Look at the angle of entry. Look at the arc of the dart.
I'd be writing the data down over days and working out where something needed adjustment, and then trying the next set or a different setup and recording the data. Not just, oh, I've hit a 180, they must be right for me. Doesn't work like that.
So you got all that right, you just lacked a couple of things. Talent and dedication.
Yeah. Where do I get them?